Hello, welcome to part 2 of What's in My Kitchen, right? I was making part 1 and I was just talking on and on because this topic of transitioning my life from eating a lot of carbs and sugar, like a regular mainstream American diet, to transitioning to keto, low carb diet. I'm just really excited because I feel like I'm saving my life and I can be here for my kids. I can be here for my grandchildren. I feel like I'm saving my kids' life and their limbs, right? I don't want my son to have diabetes and have to cut off his leg or anything like that. Like, it's just like, if I could help him while I'm a parent and while he's in my house, or my daughter too, right? If I can help them, my daughter's glucose levels were good. Like she doesn't sneak like snacks and food, and she's not too heavy on the food, on the chips like my son was. But even still, like, I'm concerned about all of us, right? I'm just trying to keep us all there. And like I said before in the last video, like, parents, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, I mean, some of us are, right? Some of us are driving through McDonald's. Some of us are driving through Jack in the Box, in and out, okay? All of this stuff is, first of all, the white bread, the bleached bread, the highly refined processed starches are spiking insulin in these little babies, and in you. Also, the vegetable oils and the canola oils that are being used to fry these products are spiking insulin. The ketchup with the sugar added. Okay, so poor babies, right? Like, this is just an American diet, and man, people in Japan live to 120. People in Hong Kong live to like 105, I think it was. I have to go back and confirm that number, but it was close to Japanese. People in Japan live to their 120. That's like their average number. They drink green tea every day, and like they eat a high like protein diet with vegetables, meats and pure meats, and they don't have these additives and this extra stuff. I don't know. They're doing something that we're not, right? So I'm trying to learn from the Japanese, and just from other cultures. Like, even when I talk to my friends from Nigeria, they're like, no, we don't eat a whole lot of sugar out there. Like, we don't eat a whole lot of sugar, but they do like rice. They do eat a lot of rice, right? They're more physically active than we are. They do a lot of walking too, right? And they get vitamin D, right? A lot of us in America, we just stay in the house and we're not getting the right amount of vitamin D. You need vitamin D, you need magnesium, potassium. All those essential nutrients are needed for your body to function, including the healthy fats that are in grass-fed beef. Like, that big old thing, like, oh, don't eat red meat. Like, yeah, don't eat. Know where your cow is coming from, right? Know where your cow is coming from. Know what was fed into that cow before you go eat the cow. Like, don't just eat anything. Like, know if the chicken is even real, or if it was genetically modified chicken. Like, is it a real chicken in that nugget? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or are you eating like plastic? Like, know where your food is from, but that doesn't mean like stop eating healthy fats. Like chicken, I know a lot of people eat chicken and fish, but if you eat chicken is really lean. It's lean. There's no fat on a chicken. Okay, that's like a lean meat. You need healthy fats, because if you're eating healthier and you're no longer eating starches and sugars, and you're now trying to eat healthy fats like avocado, bacon, the right bacon, beef, right? And you're trying to eat healthy fats, well, you gotta know where your fat is coming from. So anyways, all right, enough on that. Now back to part 2 of what is in my kitchen. So, boom. I bought this the other day. Why? Because like I said, I try to pack food for my kids for lunch, and this is like a good to go. Like, mommy's not gonna be in the kitchen whipping up a nice keto meal all the time. So this tuna is keto right here. There's 0 grams of sugar, 0 grams of carbohydrate, and the ingredients are light tuna, spring water, vegetable broth, and salt. Okay, is this organic? Nope. There's no sea salt in here. There's salt, meaning that there's probably a little bit of chemical in the salt. But we did our best. Most importantly, it's wild caught. Yay. By the way, this company, Chicken of the Sea, was the only brand that had wild caught and the only brand that didn't have things added. Like I went through every company and this is the one that got my money. I bought 10 of them. Found that at Ralph's. Okay, so let's see what's next. So I wanted to show you this because I had a can of this that I got from one of the grocery stores, but it was like a 6-pack of cans. And so I was gonna throw this out the other day when we were throwing out things that had added sugars, soy, I forget, I'm going blank. But anyways, we were gonna throw it out. And I looked at the back and I said, this one's made with sea salt. Okay, let me see the ingredients. It says green beans, water, and salt. Just that, 3 simple ingredients. Green beans, water, and salt. Oh, sorry, my bad, sea salt. So we're keeping these. The total gram of sugar is 1 and the total carbs is 3. Not sure where those carbs are coming from. Probably something in the green beans, you know, it doesn't say organic green beans, so we'll see. But something in the green bean is causing the 3 grams of carbs. But I kept this for emergencies because 3 simple ingredients. Okay, if you're trying to clear your liver from, like let's say if you're pre-diabetic or if you're feeling like you could be diabetic, or maybe you have like an unhealthy diet and you believe that you haven't taken a test, but you know that you probably could be up there. Or if you have diabetes already, you know that cabbage is a good thing to always have in your refrigerator. I heard that the cabbage can last up to 2 months. Have I let the cabbage sit for 2 months? No, I haven't, but that would be cool to do like an experiment to see if the cabbage is still good. This is an organic cabbage and it's a must-have, like meaning like you should always have cabbage in your fridge. Like they sit just like this, like it's good like this. I like to have my cabbage with tons of onions. Okay, these are also organic onions. $1 more than the regular onions, like just spend that $1 on that. Because they're not sprayed with any pesticides. You don't need those pesticides in your body because those pesticides spark insulin, okay? I cooked this with the bacon. So the bacon that I showed you guys in the last video with no nitrates, uncured, with nothing bad added in the ingredients. That's what I make this with the onions. Oh my God, like so good. Those of you who like cabbage, you know how good cabbage can be. And I was happy that cabbage was like one of the foods that I could eat for, you know, like to lower sugar, because that's like one of the foods that we eat in like a traditional Black household. We eat like cabbage and bacon. And so it's really nice. Now we just need to buy the right bacon, right? Not with all that stuff added, not with the sugar added, lay off. You could just put some grass-fed butter. Oh, I don't have that to show you, but it is good to buy the grass-fed butter, right? And then look at the ingredients, make sure it's just like 2 simple ingredients, right? Making the butter. But that's really good to make with the cabbage and the bacon and onions. Gosh, so bomb. Okay, next up, our pasture-raised eggs. Okay, we actually searched up this farm. This company comes with like a little newspaper that tells you about their farm and like a little comic on the back. I just love that. I love when the farmers like let you know like, hey, we're real people and we are really dedicated to making sure that you're healthy. So I love that, okay? We try to eat 1 pack of these a day. So this is 6 eggs. That will be 2 eggs per person. Our goal is to eat 3 to 4 eggs a day, but literally like sometimes we're fasting, we're not eating anything. So we probably could do like 2 a day, 1 in the morning for breakfast and then 1 like after school. We should be eating more eggs, 3 to 4. It's really good for the liver. It's really good for restoration. Again, you want your liver to heal. You want your pancreas to heal. That way you can continue to produce insulin when needed. You do not want to run out of insulin because then the insulin cannot rescue you from your sugar overload, right? So when there's too much sugar and carbohydrates in the body, the insulin will grab it take it to the liver and store it as fat. It's rescuing your arteries, okay? You don't want to run out of insulin because then your arteries cannot be rescued by what you're eating. And then you have a big problem. So eggs, cabbage, those are staples to repairing your liver, okay? Another staple for the liver is arugula. Okay, research more about why arugula is so good for diabetes and heart disease. Okay, this arugula with the avocado, sorry, not the avocado, with the extra virgin olive oil on top, with some nutritional yeast, with some sliced eggs and some sliced avocado, and maybe like some bacon on the side. Oh my gosh, you're like healing and enjoying food at the same time. And don't let me add the avocado with some avocado on the side. Yeah, so arugula is a must-have too. You need to have that in your refrigerator all the time. Also, I'm going to keep track of our numbers so that we can actually track the progress personally, not just from what we hear, not just from what the doctors are recommending, but we're actually going to track our progress. So far, I haven't found like a document or an app that helps me track like exactly what I'm eating, how many carbs, how many sugars, you know, I just want to keep track of all that stuff because it's like I'm doing like a science experiment. I'm really trying to lower our sugar numbers, and I'm really fighting against diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and diabetes 3, which is Alzheimer's. That's what I'm fighting against. It's like a resistance. And liver awareness. I'm really big right now on liver awareness. People need to know about their liver. The liver needs to be healthy so that you can stay alive. Okay, the liver is the thing that detoxifies your body. We have to be kind to the liver, okay? No one ever taught me that in school, by the way, and I have a master's degree. Never learned about the liver needing to be healthy so that I could stay alive. These avocados, okay, I'm looking at them. They're not really shiny. They're kind of dull. You want them to be a little bit dull, okay? See how it says excludes adhesive? I seen that at the bottom down there. Yeah, I seen that and I said, oh, that must be the spray that they're spraying on avocados. So I'm not too sure if that's what that means, but I did want to get the organic avocados. Now, I watched a video by Dr. Berg. You should follow Dr. Berg. You should subscribe to Dr. Berg. I'll link his channel down below because he's saving lives. And by the way, he has like 14 million subscribers in multiple countries. So really, if you're really serious about your health and actually doing something about it through what you eat, right? Because it's really about what you eat. And if you're interested in things like that, you should definitely follow Dr. Berg and check out videos on his channel that can help you with whatever you need. So like what me and my kids do, like somebody will say like, I have a cramp in my leg, right? We'll search Dr. Berg leg cramps, right? So that Dr. Berg anxiety, Dr. Berg liver, right? Dr. Berg and skin diseases. Like we just search everything and he is very informative. So there was this one video where he was saying that the avocados are sprayed, right, to look shiny, just like the tomatoes have like this gloss. You guys bought tomatoes before and they're like slippery because they put this wax on them. The avocados, they spray them with something to make them shiny, and they also put them in this like little machine where the gases come out, and the gases progress the ripening of the avocado. But that's all like, what do you call it when a man-made, like it's not happening by nature. The avocados aren't ripening naturally. So number one, they're picked prematurely, and then they're given this chemical to like speed up the ripening process. So now you have that gas in your avocado, and now it's in your body. And you're wondering, oh, I'm eating healthy. What's going on? Yeah, your avocado has stuff in it, right? Like, yeah, sorry, it's actually, you're eating healthy, but even the healthy that you're eating is not healthy enough. Or there's something in it that's toxic. So anyways, it says excludes adhesive, and I'm actually going to search that later today to see exactly what that means. But I believe that was what Dr. Berg was talking about. I have to find out. it's always good to have some sprouts. Okay, these are not organic, but I did buy them. I didn't grab the organic kind. I didn't think I was paying attention, okay? But once I realized they weren't organic, I was just like, oh my God, they're sprayed with pesticides, but we're gonna eat them because I spent my money on them. It does say wash before consuming. Oops, I had some last night. I didn't wash these. Oh my God. Now I know. It says wash before consuming and to keep refrigerated. But sprouts are very healthy for you because it's like, you know, when you plant a seed, the seed has all the nutrients and the DNA to produce the life of a new plant. Well, once that plant sprouts up, that little plant has so much nutrient inside of it that if you eat sprouts, you now have all those nutrients in you. So you want to buy sprouts. They have different kind of plant sprouts. Those are really good to throw on top of anything. All right, so we do make a cacao powder smoothie. I got some fresh beets, okay, organic beets. Okay, I'm gonna cook those and store them for the week. That way we can use them throughout the week. And we mix that with our cacao powder and my cashews. Okay, so the cashews, the cacao powder, and a little bit of water. Oh, sorry, and bananas, organic bananas. Now, organic bananas, they do have natural sugar and they do have carbs, so we don't eat too many bananas, but we do want the potassium. I need the potassium to pair with the magnesium and to pair with my sea salt, with the sea salt. So also there's another video and some information. Dr. Berg is also recommending if you are like, instead of decreasing your salt, so you know how people say, oh, I don't want to eat a lot of salt, I don't want to have high blood pressure, right? He says like the cure to that is to not stop eating salt. It's to eat more potassium, because the potassium and the salt pair together and it makes magic. So your liver needs the potassium, your liver needs the salt. Like, you need salt in your body and you need potassium. So if you're eating too much salt, or if you ate something that was like, oh, that was salty, like grab a banana right after, because now those molecules can pair and they can work some magic in your body, okay? So instead of lowering your salt, eat more potassium. Coconut milk is potassium. Coconut water, I mean, has potassium in it also, and a couple other things that have potassium in them. Onions are good for your liver. Garlic, right? I have some organic garlic here. Okay, if you want to lower your blood sugar, a cup of this with some warm water in the morning is perfect, but be careful, it makes you go to the restroom. Okay, so I mean, do not drink that cup of apple cider vinegar and warm water right before you get in the car and go to work, because then you'll be pulling over to use the restroom and you may just be late for work. True story. Not just like anyways, that thing cleans you out like amazing. So I wonder if that's it. I think that's it. That with a little bit of red wine. I'm just like with a little bit of premium red wine every now and then. Yeah, we're living a good, healthy life over here. Come back, see me for more. I'm sure that I will post more information, more videos on products that I find. I will be going to farmers markets now that I've gone to every grocery store, and I've like spent hours in the grocery store, like trying to figure out, what can I buy? Not like what can I buy? Like what's in my health, like ingredient little thing, right? And so now that I've spent some time at the grocery stores and I know what stores to avoid, for me, that's Stater Brothers. Ralph's also, but Ralph's has some things that I like the cacao chocolate. But even if you look at the back of the cacao chocolate, they do add some sugar in there. But there's a Mother's, like towards Orange County and towards the coast of California. There's some Mother grocery stores. There's a pasta at Mother's that's made out of plants that I want to go find. So I'm gonna go look for that pasta to see the carbs and the sugar amount there. But Mother's is a mission. It's a little bit out of the way from where I live, but I will be heading there. And I also believe that a lot of the foods that I'm going to need personally in my life are at farmers markets, where local farmers and people who are producing organic products, where they are going to sell their items as vendors. And I want to start going to farmers markets. So stay tuned for some of the items that I find in farmers markets. I'm hoping that there are some people out there making some really yummy, delicious items that are keto friendly and low carb friendly. Remember, here in America, we just eat way too much. There's no law that says we need to eat 3 times a day and 2 snacks, right? There's no, think about your body and what you need, what's vital, your vital organs, right? We have some organs that we have to keep alive, like our brain, in order to stay alive. Our organs, our heart, our liver, our brain, our lungs, our kidneys, they don't need sugar. Sugar is not a vital substance. It's not. So how did it get in everything? It's because they want us to spend our money. It creates addiction. It's sweet. It's something that now that the sugars in the body, which causes cancer, right? When your body's full of sugar, the sugars are like, they want more. They want more of themselves. So it's like now we're craving sugar and we're craving carbs and cinnamon tear parts. Like, why are we eating cinnamon tear parts with sugary glaze dripped all over it? Like, why are we eating that? Like, why is that our new thing? Why does Starbucks have like sugary drinks? Why does McDonald's have pure sugar? Why does Wendy's have a Frosty every month that gets sweeter and sweeter? Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, are they gonna hand out like settlements when they find out that they're responsible for giving everyone diabetes, heart disease, and dementia and cancer? Like somebody needs to pay people for advertising and for adding so much sugar and calling this food. Like, this is not food. So I'm just really frustrated. And like I said, I'm in a family where we do not even eat a lot of fast food. The place that I go or used to go is Wendy's. If it's not, that's like an emergency. Like, I would say like once a month or twice a month. Maybe I would go and sneak some French fries, but for my kids, like I would go once a month. Like, oh, mommy can't cook today. Like, let's go get a Wendy's, right? And even still would be like, oh, we kind of feel sick a little bit after we eat. But we do not drive through McDonald's. Who's still driving through McDonald's? Just wondering. Comment below. If I'm just like, don't comment below if you're still driving through McDonald's. Jack in the Box. Oh my gosh, we don't go to those places. But I will go to like Bravo Burgers and buy a burrito. I will go to a Mexican restaurant and grub on the tacos, right? So, you know, now if I'm out and I have to eat and I'm starving and I didn't cook anything, I'll go get me a taco and eat the carne asada and eat the onions and the carrots and the radishes. And I won't get a fresca because I know they're adding sugars in those like frescas, or I will not get a horchata. And the tortilla, now I have to stay away from the tortilla. But trust and believe, I was eating all that Californian food. Like, oh my God, I love Mexican food. Like, I love African American food. Like, I love Nigerian food. Like, I love Japanese food. I love Thai food. I love Chinese food. I love all that. I'm not really big on the cheeses and the pastas. I just never have been really big on that. My mom used to be like, girl, you're eating too much bread. Your hip's gonna get fat. You know, so I never been like a bread eater. But my sugar is still high. Like, that's what I don't understand. So I'm like, what is it? Like, I add 2 to 3 sugars in my coffee. Like, what is it? Well, actually, I just started adding 2 to 3 sugars. But like, let's say 6 months ago, like when I was teaching, when I was a teacher, man, let me see. 5 sugars. Give me 5 sugars. And I didn't always say sugars in the raw. Sometimes I would say 4 sugars, but they were always the white cane sugar. And then I was having them add oat milk, extra oat milk. Well, oat milk has gum and preservatives that help it to be creamy to mimic real milk. So now I'm like, all right, I don't think I was doing wrong by by what I was eating and putting stuff in my diet, but just those little small things like bags of chips, French fries, sugary oat milk coffee. Like, I think those are what almost gave me diabetes, right? Like, I'm like at the borderline of being pre-diabetic. So even if you are pre-diabetic right now, you need to go ahead and bring those numbers right back down. You need to fast, because if you fast, you're not giving your body, there's no reason to spike insulin if you're not eating, right? Your body's not going to just spike insulin for no reason. So if you fast, your pancreas gets a break, right? Your liver gets a break and it gets to repair itself, right? And now you're hungry. So now what you want is your body to start to eat the fat, eat itself. Okay, you don't want to run off of the fuel of starches and sugars. Like, you know, I think of athletes who think, oh, let me eat a lot of starch so I can bulk up, and get fat. Yeah, and so now they're bulked up and they're burning fat from starches and sugars, but they're also taxing they're also taxing their liver, and they're taxing their arteries, right? And so it's like a double whammy, right? So anyways, I can sometimes go on and on about this topic, but what I'm saying is you want your body to burn fat. You don't want your body to burn starch and sugar, and the body will burn and run off of starches and sugar, and the fat will just sit there. It'll just sit there. And you'll be wondering, why am I not losing weight? And this is not a weight conversation. This is a heart and liver health conversation, but you'll be wondering, why am I not losing weight? I've been working out, I've been at the gym, all this, but are you still eating the chips with the seed oils in there? Are you still occasionally eating stuff with soy? You know, are you eating multidextrin? I don't know how to say that word. You know, does your milk have gum in it, right? And it's like these things that everything has in it. Even nutritional bars that say like 10 grams of protein, and the box looks like it's the healthiest box in the world. Look at the back of it. Look at the back of your nutrition bars. And by the way, look at the carbs on your nutrition bars. Those carbs equal sugar. Your body isn't like, here's the carbs, here's the sugar. The body's like, oh, carbs and sugar, yep, it's all the same thing. Toxins, yeah, it's all the same thing. And it's taking it to your liver, and your liver just getting like, boom, 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 boom. You're just messing up your liver. And then, you know, you're burning out, right? The doctor said that the pancreas will only produce insulin at such a speed that at such a high rate of us intaking carbs and sugar, it will only do that for about 15 to 20 years. And then it's just like burnt out. There's no more insulin. Like, it doesn't want to make insulin anymore. We used to believe that like diabetes was permanent. It's been proven that it's not. You can heal your liver. A lot of people say, well, how do I fast and take my medications? That's something you need to research, right? And like, even when talking to some of my family members and I'm like, yeah, you should fast or whatever, they're like, oh, but I take my medicines. Like, there's a such thing called intermittent fasting, I guess, where you fast like specific times of the day. Like for me right now, like I didn't eat breakfast. I haven't eaten anything all morning, so I'm fasting. And when my kids come home and we're eating dinner, then I'll eat, right? If I get hungry before that, I'll try to eat between 2 and 5, because then I want to fast from 6 all the way to the next day. Okay, so like I said, I'm trying to lower my hemoglobin A1C. Yep, definitely. And I'm on a mission, and I'm lowering my kids. We're on a mission, and we don't want to die from anything that we've given ourselves, right? I don't want to give myself heart disease. I don't want to give myself diabetes. I don't want to give myself dementia. I don't want to give myself cancer. So I rather practice self-discipline, become knowledgeable on these things, and then be consistent, right? I know buying all these foods, it may seem like it's expensive, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been doing it for 3 weeks, just about. Take away the 3 days for Thanksgiving, because I was just like, a panic chaos for me, because I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna eat? Like, we have to tell everyone in our family, like, sorry, no thank you, right? So I would say like my groceries, every time I go to grocery store and like buy things for 4 days, my grocery bill is like $100 for 4 days. So like $25 a day. Yeah, and I pay all cash. So like it does hurt my pockets, but now that I know that food is life, real food is life. That, you know, not just regular food. I'm not American diet food, but actual real food is life. My goal is to eat real food so that I can live, because to me, there's no point in having a retirement plan. There's no point in me saving up all these savings. There's no point in me buying a house and all this stuff that I'm preparing for the future if I have no future. You know what I mean? There's no point in me, you know, starting up businesses or planning future things to help the world, right? If I'm not able to help them because I'm sick. So I want to be able to be a servant for the Lord. I want to be able to be used in this life. I want to be able to do my job, do it well, feel well, right? Mentally, I want to feel well. By the way, my son's diet has been changing, and his teacher said his behavior has been like amazing. Behavior is linked to what you're eating. Yep. And I used to be a teacher, and I stopped teaching because I just think that it got a little bit out of control. And I would confidently say that we're not feeding our kids the right stuff. Like, those classrooms are a little bit out of control sometimes, and all the candy, all the holidays, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Easter candy. Like, why are we giving candy on Easter? Come on now with the Halloween candy. Like, why? Like, why is that still a thing? Candy canes on our Christmas tree. Like, come on. Like, we overdo it. You guys know. We overdo it. Rice bowls. We overdo it. So, it's time for us to wake up. All right. Thanks for watching this video. I'll tune in with you guys again. Bye.